What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the content in this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of this video for a quick message from our team. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NBA player props for Saturday, January 28th slated games. Let's look at the leaderboard before today's picks. I'm going to start. We're going to mix up the order, see what happens. It can't hurt, right? I had Draymond Green over 23.5 PRAs. He had 5, 5, and 5 at the half, looking great. And he finished with 5, 7, and 7 in the game. Warriors got the win, but Draymond vanished in the second half, so that one did not cash for me. Trey, how about you?
Yeah, I went 0-1 yesterday, missed on Ant Edwards over 27.5, just hit 25, breaking my heart. And, some little behind the scenes, whenever we first were talking yesterday, I threw out the Ant bet, and Bear was like, nah, I like the under. And then Bear threw out the Draymond Green over PRAs, and I was like, no, I like the RAs. And Ant under hit, and Draymond RAs hit. So it's just the way of the world works, but we're going to be better today, guys.
Teats?
I had Fred VanVleet last night, over 30.5 PRAs. As you can see, I am 1-0 from it. He ended up with 28 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, and a no-sweat bet.
All right, let's get into tonight's picks. I'm going to start changing up the order. Today, I'm going with Jalen Brunson over 22.5 points versus the Nets. We took his under a couple nights ago. That was a mistake, as Brunson is shooting the ball a ton lately. This is a great matchup for him, too, as the Nets don't have a guard who can guard Brunson. I would recommend he keeps it in the mid-range jumper or the three ball today because you don't want to go inside the paint against Claxton. Brunson, past numbers aren't great against the Nets, but this is a different player than what we've seen in the past. In Brunson's last 10 games, he's averaging 28 points per game and shooting 22 times per game. In this stretch, he had 3 straight games where he struggled from the field, scoring 21, 14, 19. After that game, we took his under. He went off. In those 3 games, he did struggle, though. So if you take those games out, he scored over 27 points in all 7 other games. In his last game against Boston, he looked like himself again, shooting 25 times, making 50% of his shots. I like him tonight against a weak backcourt defense for the Nets. So Brunson over 22.5 points is my play for today. Trey?
I love that Brunson play. I was looking at Brunson, and then I saw, like you said, he has some rough trends against the Nets, but also, like you said, he is a completely different player than what he was even a year and a half ago. So just to see his development has been awesome. I'm going to go with a guy that I, thought I put on my ban list, but here I am picking him up again, picking him up off the ground because he was doing a lot of lobs and getting fouled last game out. I'm going to go with Deandre Ayton over the 30.5 points and rebounds line. I love this line for Deandre Ayton. Ayton's been a huge topic of discussion for the Phoenix Suns this entire season and basically the whole offseason leading up to this season as well. But it's pretty undeniable that he is very talented when his mind is in the right place. And the Suns seem to be forcing him to be in that right place, especially if you look at the last game, for example. The Suns were force-feeding him the ball against Dallas, where he ended up with a massive double-double of 19 points and 20 rebounds. Let me just put that into perspective of how dominant of a performance that was last game. Here's some analytics from that game from whenever he was on the court compared to the elite players in the league's court averages this season. Last game where he had that massive 19 and 20 rebound game, he had a 38% usage rate. Joel Embiid has a 37.7 season average. He took 57.1% of his team's rebounds. Domantas Sabonis gets 47.3. He took 32.8% of his team's field goal attempts. Jason Tatum takes 31.9, and he was 31.7% of his team's total points scored. Zion Williamson is 31.9. So he had a massive game last game out. That could be meaningless analytics, but at the same time, we have to take note that, yes, he was dominant last game and compared it to the elite players' averages. So if he shows up like he did last game, I love this line for Deandre Ayton. And like I said, I know that's a one-game sample, but I think the Suns are trying to either, A, build up Deandre Ayton's trade value because he just became trade eligible January 15th, or B, build up his confidence while Devin Booker is still on the shelf because they know that they need Ayton come playoffs. And then besides his previous game's dominant performance, he has had a lot of success against the Spurs. He has played them once already this season, and he got a double-double in that game as well. 25 points, 10 rebounds, and only 25 minutes played. And if he plays anything more than that this game, he should at least replicate those stats. And the reason why I love this number so much, besides those stats for Deandre Ayton that I just said, is the Spurs matchup. The Spurs are the worst defensive team in the league. They give up the most points per game with 122.1. They also allow the highest field goal percentage in the NBA with over 51%. They allow their opponents to shoot over 50% from the field. That's just insane. And a lot of those points come from where Deandre Ayton lives and breathes, which is in the painted area. The Spurs give up 55.4 points per game in the paint, and we have to assume that Deandre Ayton is at least going to get a big chunk of those. All right, guys, I went deep diving for those stats. I went dumpster diving. I was trying, and Bear and Teats can say I was messaging at 1 in the morning, 1:30, trying to find some winners for you guys. So I just wanted to say thank you for all the support out there. I know that I personally appreciate it, and so does the other two. Sports betting can be a cold world sometimes, but it's difficult to get on fire and stay hot. But I just wanted to let everyone know, thank you, and we're trying our best to deliver winners, and much love, Bear Pack.
Yeah, Trey, I like the trends, I like the stats, and I like that pick. Teats, let's hear it.
I'm looking at Bojan Bogdanovic over 21.5 points against Houston. Honestly, Bogdanovic has been a pretty solid, consistent player for a Detroit team that literally cannot sniff a victory recently. He's averaged 23.6 over his last 5. He's hit this mark 4 in his last 5 games, 4 straight, and he kind of came up really short against Brooklyn. Against Houston, he's scored 18, 22, 29, 19, and 20. So we're looking at an average about 22 to 23 points per game against Houston. His matchup isn't the most favorable. You know, the Houston Rockets do have some pretty athletic individuals that can play defense, but I feel like he still gets the job done regardless. There's no reason for him not to get over 21.5 points in this game. He is the scoring option for the Detroit Pistons. No one else is really no one else can really be fully trusted. So look for him to be going for about 22 to 24. It might be a sweat fest towards the end, but I think it's very doable.
Going with the vet on the young team, I like that pick as well. The group play for today is going to be Lauri Markkanen, over 24.5 points versus the Mavericks. Lauri has been hovering around this number the last 4 games, but tonight he has a good matchup against a Dallas team without Christian Wood down low. Dallas will also be without Luka in this game. Markkanen can do it all inside and outside, and the Mavericks allow 40-plus three-point attempts per game. Don't be surprised to see the big man on the perimeter for the majority of the shots in this game. We like Lauri to have a big game today versus the Mavericks at home. So the 4 plays today will be Jalen Brunson over 22.5 points, Deandre Ayton over 30.5 points and rebounds, Bojan Bogdanovic over 21.5 points, and Lauri over 24.5 points as well. That'll do it, guys, for our NBA player props for January 28th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Just want to let everyone know that while we do give out free picks, plays, and predictions on our YouTube channel, we also have a website for you to check out. On our website, bearsprofitplays.com, you can subscribe to the website absolutely free with an email and gain access to our written articles about upcoming sporting events. If you're really looking to make some cash, we have an option to become a member of our website. If you become a member, you will gain access to our locks of the week, which are written articles that go in depth as to why we are picking that particular outcome. As of now, our member plays have been red hot, hitting over 60% of our plays. If you don't want to become a member, it's no sweat. We are here to try and make you guys some money. That's our main goal. So come on over to bearsprofitplays.com and subscribe for free. Check us out, follow our free picks, and see for yourself that our member plays are a great investment for you. Thanks for watching.